Hello, everyone, and welcome to Fable Table, an actual play live stream focused on critical world building, collaborative storytelling, and finding the fun in all the games. Today, we're continuing Season 2, Birds of the Shore, in our sci-fi setting. We're continuing our game of Stars Without Number by, I think I've said it was Jeremy Crawford that wrote this in a previous episode. It is, in fact, not Jeremy Crawford, but Kevin Crawford.
Sorry, Jeremy.
Yeah, sorry, Jeremy.
Preston.
Sorry, Kevin.
So, yes, more apologies to Kevin than to Jeremy, really. How's everyone doing? Any check-ins we need to have for the VOD, and now that we're live? Any good news?
No, kind of the same.
Well,
what was up, Brian?
I am no longer.
Brian.
Sorry, I'm trying to reload the stream, which had an error for me. It's all good now. I'm no longer sick, which is awesome. It's been a shitty week up until yesterday, but we're good to go now.
Congrats.
Nice.
Well, I started a new job on Monday, and
Hey, congratulations.
the first 2 days we're waiting for IT to assign me and update my equipment. But I also got an entire task done in like 8 work hours. One that I think they thought was going to take me a week. So far, so good.
Nice.
Yeah. Thank you, Timmer.
Good job. Don't set the standard of your work too high, because then they'll expect more of you. You know, hit that good low rate.
It's a very
Slow
low
burn.
It's a
right?
very
Slow
low
burn.
stress job. So if I can be useful and just fill my time. Yeah, I'm much happier not stressing about student and parent interactions in this job than my last one.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, so speaking of student and parent interactions, there's a couple of things that have been going on that we should catch up on to recap. So I'm going to kind of like go down my list here, and if there's anything that you all want to add, let me know. So let me kill the music so we can all focus on what I'm saying right now. Last time you all went and invaded a Aphrodite pharmaceutical Black Ops research facility called the Black Lotus. Is that what we called it? The Black Rose Project. And you recovered some data from their servers with like information on a lot of their projects. And so you have left the planet after fighting off a bunch of their security drones and evading some like souped up flora and fauna on this jungle planet of Aketi that you all feigned to be going on a safari to get close to the research lab on. And now you have begun sending this information back to Magno Glorio. And
Glory hole.
Yep.
Mango.
So I kind of went over a lot of the project information last time, but I'm going to go over it again. And I think I want to frame it as you all sent him the information like after decrypting it, and like he put his people on like going through all of it right away. So there's a lot more people than you all going through it. You all like are picking up on some of this information yourself, but he's like, I'll get back to you all in like by the end of the day. So there's a little bit of downtime here. I just want to create some space for downtime and character interactions if we want to have that and not have us rush off to the next thing. But one of the other things that came up at the beginning of the mission was, Dax, you reached out to your Aphrodite, your like one of your good friends who actually is a security officer for Aphrodite, and he provided you with the security protocols. But he asked you for a favor of checking on his sister, whose name I'm giving you now is Lynn.
Lynn.
Do you have a last name for Yazoo and Lynn? If not, I can come up with one.
No, I did not come prepared with a last name. I'm
bad at naming things.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
That's okay. We can just keep it simple and go with Lynn, his sister. And she is a college student, now coming around for full circle. She is a student at the Collude Academy on the planet of oh god, I gotta look at my map. Shemaya, which is a desert planet. So before I get to Magna Glorio, who is the leader of the Pod, which is a free citizens kind of commune fleet, a group of like-minded people that just want to like be done with this society and kind of start their own. But it's also a front for Magna Glorio, who's like a former like super rich dude, to also kind of start a rebel alliance of sorts. And he has recruited you all. And he was very impressed that you all like broke out of jail on your first mission, and is even further impressed that you all got the Aphrodite gear. And he's like seeing nothing on the band waves. Like Aphrodite doesn't seem to know, like they know what has happened, that they don't know who has done it. The local law enforcement haven't been called. The military hasn't been called. Like y'all are in the clear. And he's like, well done. Well done. Now go lay low. I'll get back to you by the end of the day. I think last time we described Dax, you were kind of like engaging in some of your drug behaviors and maybe even trying this new drug that's coming onto the market called Grave Dust. Is that right?
Oh, I think I've been trying that, right? I pinched a bit of it during one of our previous missions. I think we'd been mixing that together for some time. I think we ended last session with like a constitution check on my end,
yes,
which I passed gloriously.
Yes, you did.
But yeah, I think that's been in my system off and on here for at least this like last, whatever period of time took place between our mission before this last one and the last one.
Very nice. Very nice. So with this kind of like little bit of free space here, with Dax doing drugs, like does anyone want to like have the camera like pan to something your character's up to on the ship?
Where are we right now? Are we on our ship?
Yeah, yes. So you made it back to the shuttle. You made it up to your spaceship, the Retribution. You sent off the files, through encrypted communication to Magna Glorio. And now you all are just kind of flying around. You've probably left the Aketi, the jungle planet, and might be either heading back to Saber or, Dax needed to follow up on the sister, Leah, so he might have suggested that you all go to Shemaya, but that's really up to you. I think just right now we can just say that you all are flying through space.
Wonderful. Then Sunny would definitely like to get in contact with Aura, one of his contacts, who's an information broker.
Ooh.
And he would like to send a cryptic message to Aura and let her know that I'm willing to pay several hundred credits for any good information on Magna Glorio and anything about his past or his past interactions or what led him to be part of or the leader of this collective.
Okay.
Because he wants to recruit us, but we don't know enough about him yet. I want to find out about him.
Let's see what the rules have to say about gathering information.
Mm-hmm.
Not much, it would seem.
Well, then how do you want to play it, Nick?
Yeah, I think, so this is, how do you spell Aura?
O-R-A.
Okay, easy enough. I'm also in the wrong game. No, I'm not. I'm in the right game. Here we go. Okay, so I think that this would be a connect
That seems right.
or trade. Maybe not trade. Trying to remember the difference between connect and talk.
If I could use talk, I would use talk. I have it slightly rated higher.
Oh, well, we have this skills handout we can look at.
Aha.
Connect. Find people who can be helpful to your purpose and get them to cooperate with you. This is making useful connections with others. Find people you know. Oh, find people you know where to get illicit goods and services, and be familiar with foreign cultures and languages. You can use it in place of talk for persuading people you find via this skill. Yeah. I would also be willing to take a no check just to like use them as a resource to gain just
same
like
modifiers for me.
Yeah.
So I'll do a connect.
Okay, go for it. Give me a roll and that will frame how much
what attribute? Connect charisma?
Sure. That sounds good to me.
That is a 7.
Okay. Oh, this... Sorry, my other account that the stream can see is in the wrong game. That's why things are funky. Okay, so with the 7, I think that there is some limited information available unless you're able to throw some creds her way, and then she can, like, do some more digging on him.
Sunny will happily wire her 200 credits.
Okay, wonderful. That's a decent chunk of change there.
It is.
So, what she sends back to you in these next few hours about Magno Glorio is that he is a entrepreneur from another sector, the Raminar sector, which is, you know, much closer to Earth. But he came out here after like a number of his ventures kind of fell apart. There were some various like what do you call them, hostile takeovers, both by competitors as well as partners, and so his reputation at large in the Orion arm is that like he is a he has floundered at various you know, various various projects and companies that he's worked on, but a lot of the companies themselves have gone on to be like successful businesses. He just has not really nailed the like relationship parts, but you know, from what Aura can tell, he seems to be doing much better in the environment of like whatever this kind of commune fleet he has. He seems a lot more comfortable with these people. The captains of each of the ships seem to respect him, and like he has a ton of money to throw around from his various projects and being bought out of things. Why he has had this kind of like change of heart from being like a huge capitalist and entrepreneur to wanting to kind of disengage from classic economic society is not very clear. She's not able to find anything on that. But you know, he doesn't have like any crime in his closet, no skeletons to be found. Just kind of a weird dude. He's an idea man.
Okay. At least gives us a start.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So Sunny's on the comms, sending messages back and forth with Aura. Dax is getting high. What's Lettuce up to?
I think Lettuce, we don't have a workshop on board, right?
No, we do not have a workshop. I think it's like, what do we have on our ship here?
Well, so here, I'll tell you what I'm thinking, and then you can tell me if it makes any sense. So in Scum and Villainy, my character had a drone, which got destroyed very early on, I think in like our first or second episode.
Mm-hmm.
So presumably he's been carrying around the scrap of smashed drone friend. And I was going to rebuild.
Yeah, I think so I think workshops serve really well for modding and building things. One sec, stream. Let me fix this. Microsoft Edge. There we go. Here are the fittings on our ship, which do not include a workshop. So Brian messaged me while I was visiting Andy this last week to go over the crafting rules, and you and I were looking at the workshop, and it is used mechanically for like those mods and for building things. I think to repair things, you'll just have a higher DC to complete that task than you would if you had a workshop. But you and Sunny are both like kind of have backgrounds in working on mechanics and things. So I think there would definitely be like tools lying around, but not enough tools for it to be a proper workshop to like manufacture or fabricate things. So what are you thinking?
I don't know. I don't know I can't remember to what degree the drone was destroyed. If I can just rebuild it, or if I have to fabricate new stuff for it.
There's probably, I'd say you'd probably have to do like some pretty major repairs on it. I think it either got shot or like smashed, if I'm remembering correctly. Or didn't you try and like drive? No, you tried to hack another car and drive someone else's car into.
No, that was.
Oh, that was Sunny.
That was me, Brian.
Okay. I think. Oh, you were trying to disrupt Morik's robot, Ron, with it, and he like smashed it or shot it. So yeah, it's pretty busted. So I think this is more of like trying to repair the chassis and some other components. So I'd say that this is like a DC 12 fix check. But depending on how well you do on this roll, when you try again in the future, it may have a lower DC.
Okay. But I'm so sorry. What do you mean by DC?
That like your target value for the roll. Like you need to roll a 12 or higher for it to be completely repaired.
Oh. Okay. On what? On fix?
Yeah, I think fix. And I think whatever attribute you're using would kind of frame what the like repairs look like. Like you like this could be decks with like, you know, kind of like working with like a model ship or something, like tiny little dexterous repairs, or is this more about like intelligence, knowing what, you know?
No, I think this is just intricately putting pieces back together.
Okay. All right, give me a dex fix check. That is a 10, so that's really high. So I think the repairs are going really well, and the next time, so you got a 10, so the next time it'll just be a fix 8.
Okay, cool.
To finish the repairs.
All right, work is underway, my poor friend.
All right.
We'll bring you back.
Okay. Now, John, last time you mentioned potentially reaching out to Dax about the drugs. Is that something you wanted to follow up on, or is Norm up to something else right now?
He saw the writing on the wall. Dax was going to get high no matter what. So he was just like, hey, may have an alternative. He got blown off for like, yeah, man, sure. I guess I would leave that to Greg if Greg wanted to do a follow-up or to stick with getting high as balls.
I think currently that isn't in Dax's plans, but that could change in the future, maybe.
Sounds good. And we are above Aketi right now, or where are we exactly?
So I'm using some of the mechanics from the book, which says that if you're flying anywhere within a like solar system, it is 6 hours between like planets or moons or space stations. And then to go to like another solar system is like 48 hours, but since you all have a much it's like a drive meant for longer trips, I'm gonna cut that down to 24 hours. So there's just a few hours for you all, like as you head to either Saber or Shemaya, but you're leaving Aketi.
Yeah, so I would like, since I know we're going to Shemaya for a little while, or at least to do stuff there, have our good friend Sunny drop me down either in the shuttle, so that I can go do some legwork, some charity, being a connected man, you know?
Okay.
Is there any place where we could do some shopping on Shemaya?
Yeah, so
if that's the case, then Sunny will absolutely take Norm down and hit some stores on his way.
okay. Let me change my music actually really quickly as we are arriving on this desert planet. And I will give a description of the planet. So from high above, you just see what looks like tons of rolling storms, like like various browns and grays of this kind of muted colored sand of the entire, like that just covers the entire planet. And as there's all these like dust storms raging around the planet, like you can see this one major settlement where it's called Kalud, where the academy is, and it's really the only major settlement on the planet. Like you can see a few other like farm areas with like tiny little setups as you're breaching the atmosphere, because it is clear around Kalud, but there's really not much else on the planet. But the storms raging around the planet have just tons and tons of lightning. You can feel and hear the thunder against the bulk of the shuttle as y'all are rolling in, even though the storms are off in the distance. And as you all arrive on the planet, and kind of get a view of the place from up above, you see that in addition to the electrical storms that ravage the planet, that occasionally clear colored sand off mineral deposits, which are essential to space travel, or they are turned into glass, giving view of what looks like glossy sand. So the lightning will strike, and it'll create these huge mineral deposits, or it'll create glass that just look like crystal clear lakes that are untouched. But as you arrive in Kalud, you see that there are, as a storm is clearing, there are lots of people like hopping on like shuttles or other like land transport vehicles to race out towards a clearing storm, capitalizing on these newly created deposits of lightning struck minerals and the glass. Here in Kalud, there's just lots of rundown and just stone or sand-blasted stone buildings, but with a substantial civilian population, including the Kalud Academy, which just sticks up like a sore thumb in the middle of this. Rather than stone, the entire academy appears to be made of marble and glass. Overhead, looking down at the Kalud Academy, you can see that there are people walking along marble paths of the academy. There seems to be a lot of ship activity landing on the landing pads of the academy. It just seems really, really busy. But here in the city and the market district, you can see insistent vendors selling, and you can smell once you get there, kebabs of sandworm meat. You can see hungry miners trying to like scarf down food so they can get going and go do their work. You see people packing excavators furiously onto sand skiffs. And it's just a busy place right now, especially like right after this storm is clearing. People are like opening up shops. And as you arrive, you can hear over these just mechanical speakers, like the calls that a storm has passed and it is clear and people can come outside their homes now. like a government like all clear basically. So yeah, there is a vibrant market area, and people are really pushy about like, oh yeah, welcome. You know, you survive your first storm. You look new here. Here, come buy my wares. And people are just like all over you, and even arguing with one another over like the better deals that they're going to give you all. So what are you looking for?
I think I'll wave goodbye to Norm and wade into the crowd and do some shopping, but this is his downtime. Let's go ahead and get him go first.
Yeah, fuck you, Brian.
Exactly. Fuck me.
Quite simply, Norm has a magical gift, almost magical anyway, of being able to dispense favors for people through medical aid, essentially for free. So rather than people paying like arms and legs and getting into massive amounts of debt, he is going to undercut every single hospital on this planet and create a web of spies through his magical focus known as Connected.
Yes, this is awesome. And you're level 1 connected?
I am level 1 connected, which allows me to build a web of contacts willing to do favors for me that are no more than mildly illegal. Ultimately, though, this is all just the brickwork. This is the foundation, because what Norm is really interested in getting a read on or a beat on is a man by the name of Jack Bitters, a black market dealer that was last seen on this planet or operated out of this planet.
Okay. If you spent at least a week in a not entirely hostile location.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's gonna take me a while.
Sure. I think you can begin to lay the groundwork here. For like building more like long-term support and just being able to ask anything of anyone in this area or anything of one particular, you know, NPC.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you want to like go ahead and start like treating people, but also like asking your patients like for gossip, I'll take a roll.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm imagining you like the dentist with like all the instruments in their mouth, like, so any hot goss? Oh.
I guess this would be Connect.
Yeah. Connect. I think charisma would make sense. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. That is a 5. Yeah. So yeah, I think you help a lot of people. But rather than just saying like, hey, I don't know, man, a lot of people are just kind of like very clammed up about it. Like people seem to know something. And one of them, one person is like, oh, you be asking about Jack Bitters. Why would you be asking about that man? He's nothing but trouble.
Oh. He's nothing but trouble.
I shouldn't say anymore, but he seems to have
I heard he had a venereal disease that he needed treated as soon as possible, but maybe that was just word on the street.
Is doctor-patient confidentiality not a thing?
Bro, you're paying me 50 credits here to like look after your injuries? I'm not... This isn't a professional setting.
50? You said 15.
Yeah, same.
Okay. Well, all I know is he's involved with some pretty nasty people, and thankfully he's gone to ground recently. I don't know much more than that.
10-4.
Thanks, good
And then
buddy.
I like automatically suture his wounds with a staple gun or something, whatever I've got on me. My clown shoes, or not clown shoes, my clown gun. Bing, bing.
I like to think your clown shoes have sutures in them. You just like stamp them with the heel of your shoe, and then like wounds get closed.
Holy shit! What the hell? This guy can fix someone like a stapler.
He does the thing with his data pad where he just like flicks you 15 credits, he gets this screen of like, do you want to send a tip? And he's just like, nope, and walks out the door.
I will take his 15 credits.
Okay, take 15 credits. Big money.
Yeah, right.
Okay. Yeah, so you kind of get the sense that he's a scary dude, Jack Bitters, and the criminal type. Okay. So, later that afternoon, you get a call back from Magna Glorio, who basically shares a lot of the information that we went over last time, and I'll go over again. So Aphrodite, this is just basically a list of various projects that they've had going on over the last few decades. And I think like the first one was the one that Dax was a part of, the Expanding Lotus, where they were doing experiments on adults who did not have way powers and were trying to manifest way power by exposing them to Neota sun radiation. Neota being this like blue planet. And for some reason, children, animals, plants, like born in this star system, this solar system, like some develop like these supernatural powers called the Way. And it is just pretty much localized here. Greg, did we ever determine how long ago that was?
So I would have joined the program like right in the youth, like in like essentially the beginning or end of the like high school years, right? Maybe we could, I think you had to be more adults, so I think it would be like right after or like right during the like kind of last years of his what would be considered high school in the sector.
Okay.
And he got pulled in there for essentially being a rough and tumble youth, right? Mm-hmm. Got picked fights, got in trouble, and they essentially were like, we're trying to make super soldiers. This is the guy we need, right? And just like yoinked him into the program. Okay.
Would you say that was like a decade ago, more or less?
Yeah, I would say so. He's a full-fledged adult now. Okay. So yeah, a decade or more ago.
Okay. 10 plus years. Okay, so they were exposing people to Neota radiation, and they basically just got mixed and limited results. There was like, hey, this guy seems to like be able to know what card I'm holding. This person seems to be able to like hear 1 out of every 50 words that I'm thinking. This guy's like super strong in moments of high stress and anxiety. That person managed to manifest some sparkles. Prestidigitation bullshit. So limited results there. A couple years later, they had another project called the Flowering Cactus Project. And these were attempts to meld biologically, chemically, and genetically the components of Way affected animals and plants from the Nyota system into people. What I did not mention last week is that some of the people, and you can see this in some of the dossiers and data of the Flowering Cactus Project, some of them were volunteers who were scientists on the Expanding Lotus project. So Dax, some of these are people you would recognize who were performing tests on you. Including, and I think I posted this name before last week, Mose Curia.
Yes.
Yes. So that is one of the people. These experiments went horribly. And ended up creating the Agony, who are people who are like very disfigured and are very powerful with the Way, but they're also like in constant pain from like just the mutations, and especially like in unbearable pain when they manifest their Way power. Many of the people that were experimented on died in this process, but the few that did survive are members of the Way. They developed severe antisocial, characteristics and behavior. They became unmanageable and uncontrollable. they broke out of the facility and have been like kind of laying low, thankfully. Like that was something that got out in the news. Not many people would like know specifics about it, but I think that the Aphrodite at the time like spun it off as these scientists all went rogue and stole research and injected themselves with it. So they are on what's it called? Interpol. Like they're on Interpol's most wanted list in this sector. And then finally, the project that you all came upon, the Black Rose project, is kind of twofold. At another facility, there is a like decade or decades long experiment just studying the natural development of way powers in kids who were born in Nyota or who are very young and were brought to Nyota during their, maturation and development. These are kids that were, either like surrendered to Aphrodite or more commonly kids bought from the Harkaway Foundation, that kind of like social service company that takes foster kids and puts them to work. Well, they sold some of their kids to Aphrodite just for them to watch grow up in the Nyota system and develop powers. You can see like brain scans over the years, and you can see how children's brains have changed as a result of living around Nyota. And in the data, it's explained like that they have come to an understanding of how, not exactly how way powers like develop, but they understand what the brain has to look like to be able to do way power. And so the second part of the Black Rose project was developing a supercomputer that could imitate those extra regions of neural pathways and basically simulate a way brain. And so the facility that you all came upon that was completely destroyed had this supercomputer as well as a brain, like a helmet that people could wear, anyone could wear and manifest way powers, but it was also destroyed and or taken. So the kind of loose thread that is left that was in the data is that the computer and the helmet device required fulgurites, which are a fulgurite is something, it is stone or sand or minerals that have been struck by lightning. And apparently this Jack Bitters guy who John has been investigating, it has sold the fulgurites that Aphrodite has used for this project. Magno Glorio goes over all this with you all and says, it turns out Aphrodite thinks that this was a follow-up hit. Like they thought you all were the Agony coming back trying to find more stuff. And they're mobilizing to find the Agony. They want, apparently the headset was stolen, not destroyed. So it must be extremely valuable if given what it is valuable in and of itself. We don't want to let Aphrodite get their hands back on it and try and recover this project. The Agony, they sound really scary. I don't really know how much of their story has been weaved by the media and by Aphrodite themselves. So I'd like you all to try and investigate and follow some of these breadcrumbs. They're likely looking for Jack Bitters themselves, so they may be there on Shemaya with you all. So try and locate them, invite them into the circle of the rebellion, or at the very least try and gather more information on this helmet. Is that something that you all can do? You're already there.
Yeah, you bet.
Okay.
I'm interested in this stuff myself.
Excellent. Now, You all did a very good job last time of laying low, and as our rebellion is sparking, it's really important that we stay off the radar of anyone and everyone. So, you know, please exert some level of, well, you know what I mean.
Discretion?
Yes. Discretion, to say the least.
We can handle that.
Yes. Now, since we don't know the full extent of how usable this helmet is, or, you know, what the Agony are after, play it cool. Just gather information so we can either come back and negotiate with them or strategize on how to move forward. There's no need to move against them now. Unless you have to defend yourselves or something like that.
Donnie, tell them we need operating costs.
So, Magno.
Yes, Captain.
This is gonna take some operating money.
Oh.
What do you think to confront us?
Oh, well, let's see here. I can send you all some funds. What, do you have an amount in mind?
I'll look over at Norm.
I laugh out loud. I don't. Nick, how long or how much money does it take to fund a spy network?
A spy network?
I mean, what this guy is asking. I can only get so much by doing favors and exchanging favors.
That's true. Money.
At one point, I'm gonna need to like get a secretary to go and like keep track of all the messages and to move money around and gotta be quite a bit, right?
He will send you all 2,500 credits.
Okay.
Again, discretion. This is
We're really good at that.
Palm greasing money, but not contract signing money.
When you say all of us 2,500 credits, do you mean individually or like 10,000 total?
As a total 2,500.
Okay.
I will happily keep track of our team funds. Just tell me what you're spending, John.
Well, nothing right now. Glad we got some. Just asking for money. Why not, right?
There's also the matter of the alien guest lecturer has arrived at the Academy on planet, so there's bound to be lots of eyes and ears nearby. And throughout the day, you have seen a huge amount of space traffic flying overhead. Shuttles, spaceships, like coming down, the spaceships that are capable of entering atmosphere. Lots and lots of ships are like flying around the city, basically looking for parking.
Crazy. An alien? I
Yes.
thought we didn't have those out here.
We don't. They're from the galactic core, but for some reason they sent this. I don't know. The news is calling them an emissary, but also they're there at the Academy to guest lecture. Apparently the lecture's tomorrow. It's a whole thing. The news network
Guys,
is
I want
going
to
to be.
poke an alien. Can we go find him?
Well,
It's incredibly xenophobic of you.
Who knows? Maybe it's not like a human. Like,
We'll see if I can.
maybe I
get you
can
a
shake its
connect with the
tentacles.
poking alien.
well, if there's anything else you need, I'll be here. Just give me a call.
All right, man.
Have a
I'm
good
gonna go
one.
see about a girl or something. I'll be in touch.
Sounds good. I'm not really sure what to make of the girl. We've got work to do.
Yeah. Dax just keeps talking to the like black screen.
Okay.
Okay.
So before we get into the next segment there, Nick, I actually did have some shopping to do.
Excellent.
And I'm gonna post a list in chat here. This is what I'm looking for. You can tell me what I'm able to find. I felt a bit unprepared for our last job, so I'm getting myself out with the massive amounts of money that we have.
All of this seems fine, except grenades.
I figured as much.
explosives. I think you'd have to like track someone down selling like heavy gear, like weaponry.
Do you need an explosive?
No, not yet.
Norm's just like, I've got 20.
I mean, if you want a demo charge, I have a demo charge.
Keep that in your back pocket, Norm.
Okay.
Right, I will add stuff to my sheet and subtract the credits.
Perfect.
I too am shopping, although not for anything all that interesting.
Okay.
Dax knows that you know, if you got to introduce yourself to somebody, you should probably bring them a housewarming gift or something. And what is better for a college age student than like a fancy pack of instant coffee? And so he's gonna go find like spiced coffee to show up at the dorms with.
If I didn't make it super clear with the marble versus stone analogy, the city looks run down, like people impoverished, and the academy is pristine and very affluent.
Yeah.
But I like this. I think this is I love this sincerity of Dax here. Yeah.
Maybe it's crappy instant coffee, but he's gonna find like the best instant coffee. Like it's gonna be like Folgers peppermint, or something.
Yeah. Go ahead and just like subtract like 10 credits,
okay.
and you can have this gift. Are you just heading straight for the academy?
I think so. Yeah.
Are you bringing anyone?
Unless there's something that needs to be done beforehand.
I don't think so.
I guess I call. Was I given a contact number at all?
No.
Okay. Yeah, I just going.
All right. The academy has like a large marble gate, like walls surrounding all of it, but there is like a gate at the edge of the city to enter the academy. You arrive. There's a security officer working there, and they're like, "Do you have a guest pass?"
No, I don't have a guest pass, man.
Are you visiting someone?
I am indeed. I got a cousin here named Lynn.
Last name? And I realized I told you that we weren't going to use it.
We'll go with Singh.
Lynn Singh. Oh. And he like looks down at his data pad and up at you and down and up and down and up. What's your relationship with Lynn Singh here?
Cousins.
Cousins, you say?
Yeah.
Huh. Have you spoken with Lynn recently?
No, her father was asking me to check up on her.
Her father? Interesting. Okay. Well, I'm gonna call the dean. Just wait here.
Hey, you sure you gotta do that?
Look,
I've been a guard before. Odd jobs. I know they don't pay as much as you might like. What if you just let me in? I'll go see her myself. I'm not gonna cause any trouble, man. The trouble's for somebody else. I'm just trying to do a favor for family. What if I slipped you 1,000 credits and you just forgot you saw me?
okay, give me a talk.
Okay.
I'm gonna give him a modifier for spending 1,000 credits.
Yeah, like,
this is whether or not
holy
he's gonna
fuck.
accept the 1,000 credits. Ooh. 1,000 credits is a lot. Let me look at that. 1,000
It's
credits.
a lot of money,
It's
Nick.
an ordinary worker's maximum funds. Ooh, yeah. Take +2.
Okay.
Because this guy is most definitely an ordinary worker. And all of your like foci and bonuses are for like combat,
yeah, no,
right?
my foci don't really do much for this.
Okay.
That's a 5.
That is a 5. You rolled a 1 and a 3. And you
Yeah.
are not an expert, so you cannot re-roll.
I am not.
He just like says, well, you see, I don't want any trouble, but your cousin's causing us a lot of trouble. Come with me.
Okay.
We're gonna go talk to the dean.
Yeah. And I'm gonna follow him to the dean's. As we go, I want to like prod him for information. Like, so you say she's causing you trouble. That's unfortunate to hear. But what's she up to, man? Maybe we can straighten her out.
I don't see a galactic FERPA release here. I can't talk about student records with anyone who doesn't have a release.
Guard know anything?
I work at an institution of higher learning. I know the policies and procedures that I am charged to enforce. And that is the limit of my training. I'm not paid enough.
Hey, man, I get it. Not looking to cause you any trouble, all right? Pat him on the back. I'm sure we can straighten it out with the dean.
He takes you through a number of just ornate and very pristine marble hallways with tons of art everywhere. You cross a student like a quad, large open outdoor space. There is a couple of students at a table with signs that basically are a protest. You can't quite from this far away see what they're protesting, but they start booing in your direction. And the security guard just rolls his eyes.
Where?
You get
Who are we booing?
You get a
What's
couple.
up?
You get a couple of waves, and he's like, "Come along." They're booing me. Come on, let's go see the dean.
Oh man, that's harsh. Why are they doing that?
And you are brought. He just ignores you. You are brought to Dean Shade's office. Dean Shade. Spelled the following way: Shade, SCHADE. And there is a man with a absolutely gorgeous and pristine beard that is we'll say red because I'm looking at John's beautiful face. He's got this perfectly neat and held back hair with some sort of product. And he's got these big reading glasses, and he's sitting at his magnificent-looking desk in a huge study of an office.
We make an interesting pair because I don't know if you've seen Dax's little portrait, but he's got this wavy, unkempt hair. It's completely wild, glorious. Like a scruffy little 5 o'clock shadow. He's always wearing these big reflective glasses.
Are you wearing those right now?
Oh yeah, all the time.
Are they on your eyes or just up above on your head?
On my eyes. These glasses protect people from my latent psychic abilities, right? So I protect the eyes. Now I've learned recently these are bullshit, but a lifetime of habit doesn't go away.
That's fair.
So it's still on. Yeah.
Who have you brought me?
Dax. What's up? I heard my little cousin's in trouble.
He looks at the officer, who gives him a knowing look, and he says, "Oh, you're one of the Fives family, are you?"
The Fives?
Yes,
hey, man,
yes.
Tell me, what's up? Maybe we could straighten something out here.
And he thanks the officer and dismisses them to the hallway. And he begins to have a conversation with you. What is everyone else up to? Anything interesting going on?
It's creating a spy network.
Okay. So you're gonna make some attempts to gather more information, or are you just
No, I'm just doing the mechanical thing that lets me do favors for people.
Okay.
It takes me a narrative week to complete this task.
Right. Okay.
So,
sounds good.
I'm just dedicating everything to getting that done.
Sure. Okay. Sunny or Lettuce, anything that you want to be doing to follow up on any of these threads?
Andy, go ahead if you have something.
I didn't have something related to one of these threads. I still had plans for the market.
Oh yeah, what are you up to in the market?
Do you think that this market has DIY workshops, where you can rent a little workshop bay?
Yeah, you could probably rent a
is there a
makerspace
gear area? My goal here is to upgrade my shitty grav chute and make a full-on grappling gun.
Okay, wasn't that a loaner from Shad? Or did he just give that to you?
I don't remember.
I don't remember either.
Yeah, and you know what?
Mechanically, I think it was meant to be a loaner, but we've largely treated it like it was his.
And you know what? I think I'm gonna say I'm gonna take it, and in my head I'm like, I'll pay Shot back another way.
Okay. You know, I bet
I scrounged it from his like junkyard of shit.
Oh,
so,
well, you know what? Then he's probably like, I mean, it was a fine, shitty grappling hook.
But then we turned around and said it was the grab shoot, and there's actually another piece of gear in this game called the Grapnel launcher.
Okay.
And I'd like to craft that.
Okay.
I think when we ported systems, Chad forgot about it.
Okay. Yeah. A lot of things fall through the cracks when you port systems. It's bound to happen. Okay, so this is you're trying to repair it, or you're trying to make something else entirely?
I'm gonna use the grav chute and the combat and parts from the combat rifle that I stole off of one of the drones before.
Ooh.
Some power cells and my meta tool to jury rig a grapnel launcher.
Grapnel launcher.
You can find that on page 75 or PDF page 79 of the Stars Without Numbers field equipment list.
This launcher fires a rope up to 40 meters. The rope can bear up to a metric ton of weight. Though extremely heavy weights or a precarious hit can cause the grapnel to pull free. A Type A power cell fuels 6 shots from a launcher. Okay. So this is like a high-powered, like, pneumatic.
I want an upgrade. I'm gonna be sneaky and sneaking around, and I want the things that help me do that. So
okay. Yeah, if you are, so this sounds like you're doing a modification to or building something out of parts of other stuff.
So I have 6 in my equipment, 6 spare parts, and then the existing grav chute, and then a combat rifle. And I think, you know, this is me thinking Fallout logic of just using parts of other things to craft and repair new things.
Yeah. Where are the crafting rules? Or is it called something else? Because I'm not seeing craft listed here.
Oh, hang on a second. You sent us the crafting rules in like a separate thing, didn't you?
Did I?
I don't think that we got separate crafting rules. We got hacking and combat.
Oh, that's right.
I think it's probably just...
It's probably between equipment, vehicles, and starships.
Oh, page 90, modding and building equipment. So you need a TL4 workshop, which you have access to. Just pay like 30 credits and you can have access to one.
Cool.
The workshop must be at least nominally capable of working with the kind of gear the tech is building. That's fine. So a vehicle repair shop will not have tools to brew pharmaceuticals. And a backroom electronics shop won't have the lifts to work on armored vehicles. Blah, blah, blah.
Let's say I'm going to the back of an electronics shop.
Okay. You need a supply of parts, which you have. In any TL4 city or sizable community, the tech can scrounge, barter, or buy what they need from the locals. Techs must decide whether their device they're building is to be jury-rigged, normal, or master-crafted. Jury-rigged devices are assembled out of cheap scrap, bottom-tier components, and makeshift kludges. They're much cheaper to make than to buy, but they require constant attention to keep them operating. So this sounds like a normal device, unless you want to master-craft it, in which case you'll need to scrounge for more stuff. And I think mastercrafted stuff comes with a mod as like part of it.
Yes.
They require costly pre-made components and cost 10 times as much as the normal device and require twice as much time to build. They're ideal platforms for the tech's own mods, however, and the first mod installed in the device requires no maintenance. Oh, so maybe it doesn't come with a mod.
So what would be my cost to mastercraft this? Because I think the grapnel hook is like listed as being, forth here.
Yeah.
Grapnel launcher is, oh, it says the cost is 200 credits. So that would be 2,000 credits to mastercraft it?
Correct.
Hmm.
I don't think you need a mastercraft.
I don't need it mastercrafted. What was the next tier of gear quality?
It was just normal.
Normal? Okay. So
normal devices cost twice as much as they would off the shelf and take the normal amount of time to build.
Except with level 1 Tinker, maintenance cost is cut in half. Boom.
Okay. That says ship and gear mods. But
Is this a gear mod?
No, this would just be making.
You're just trying to build it.
Yeah.
I'm modifying nothing into something.
Yeah, I think here's the thing though. You already have all the parts you need, so I don't think you need to pay additional money other than like to rent the space, which is apparently 100 credits a day, according to the installing mods section on the page above. So make that 100 instead, but you have all the equipment you need. I'll just need a building gear. Usually takes 1 month for a vehicle and 1 week for a weapon, suit of armor, or other portable device. Having at least 1 assistant with fixed 0 will have this time. Yeah, you can find someone who's that works there who's interested in what you're doing. So I don't think this requires a check. I just think it takes time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Andy, if you pay 700 credits to build a grapnel launcher when it costs 200 credits to buy one, I'm gonna slap you in the face.
I guess that's a good point.
Well, no, I'm saying he doesn't have to pay because he has the equipment. If he had to scrounge for parts and pay people for the components to make it.
Oh, that's the cost associated with that. Is it if there's not a store here, if I'm like making it literally in a junkyard or something?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, if you need to rent the space, right?
Yes. So I'll pay 100 credits to rent the space.
And then it's just going to take a couple days.
Okay.
Yes.
Right. I'll assume those things are under construction, and I will take the combat rifle, 1 power cell, and the grav chute off of my inventory.
Nice. Okay.
There's no quick way to remove stuff from your inventory, is there?
I think if you...
Yeah. If you go to modify, if you go to the top right corner and hit the pencil icon to mess with your sheet.
Yeah. Modify.
Modify, and then it's you can just delete it.
Oh, it won't let me delete the combat rifle, though.
You have to delete it from weapons.
Oh. Okay, got it.
So go to weapons and then modify it there.
Got it. Done. All right.
Okay.
And delete the graphic.
Cool.
So, John and Andy, I promise that you will complete those during the time after, or either during or after this particular mission. So you will have access to those things. Okay. Moving back over to Dax. So we cut over and the dean is just grilling you. He is absolutely livid. There are apparently 5 students, including your cousin, who have fled the academy, stealing precious and expensive technology, computers, and have been missing for days. Some a couple weeks. And he's demanding that you tell him anything and everything that you know about where Leah is. And if Leah and the others are lucky, the college won't press charges.
Oh man, that's
and he's
terrifying.
practically screaming at you.
Yeah.
Leah.
I'm sorry, did I say Leah when it's a different
Lynn. It's all right.
I'm sorry, Lynn.
I was waiting for that one.
I understand, man. I get names wrong all the time.
So I need you to give me a mental saving throw.
Okay.
Or he's just gonna overpower you and you're gonna lose an opportunity here.
That
okay.
was success.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he is shouting, but you're keeping your cool, and you have an opportunity to respond here.
Like, I hear you, man. Like, it sounds like a serious problem. Like, I don't know exactly where she is, but I promise I'll look for her, all right? I'm supposed to be checking up on her, and whom else am I going to give this sweet coffee to, you know? So, you tell me which way she went, and I'll get to searching out.
The security officer can show you the tapes we have of all of the students leaving, but know this. This is the premier institution of this sector of space. We have a esteemed guest, one of the first aliens to visit human-occupied space. And they chose to come to our sector and to our academy, where we are hosting them. They are here today. They will be speaking in a lecture tomorrow, addressing my students and the shore as a community at large. We can't afford any bad press. Fix this.
Just don't tell
Find your
everybody,
cousin,
man.
And
I mean, I'll find her, but like, that's not gonna be bad press. You just don't gotta tell nobody.
I have students in the quad literally protesting me, my office, for not investigating this, saying we're ignoring missing students when it's very clear in the evidence that these students stole academy property and left.
Well, all right. Tell them that you've got an expert. I'm really good at finding people. You'd be shocked, man. Anyway, I got a whole crew, and we're gonna do it pro bono, so you don't gotta worry about it. And yeah, problem solved, man. You can shoot two birds with one rifle.
Yes, that sounds good. An update. We've hired a private investigator to locate the missing students. Very good, very good. Now get the hell out of my office.
Yeah, will do, man. Hey, you want some coffee? I throw him like one of the packets of Folgers, and I go find that security guard.
He just puts it in the round file. Drops that in the trash. And the
do we have phones?
You have data pads, which I think
pad, right?
Oh yes. Well,
I don't have a compad. I have a data slab.
I have a compad.
So call me up, baby. I got one too.
I love that Lettuce just doesn't have a phone.
I think a data slab works that way as well, though.
Yeah, that's fine. That makes sense.
I think it's just,
so we have phones, and Andy has an iPad. Let's go.
Yeah.
Massive frame drop every so often.
Well, the person that I want to get in touch with is actually Sunny D, because I know Sunny is a bit of a hacker, bit of a computerist, and so I guess I'm gonna call him up and be like, hey man, I got a job for us. They're offering to pay like 2,000 credits. I gotta look over some tapes. Could you swing by the school, man?
Yeah, man. I'm just loading up the shuttle. I'll be right over. 2,000 credits. Right. Good job, Dax. Way to go, man.
Yeah. You gotta look for a security guard, man. I think his name was Folgers. I don't remember, but like I'm gonna be looking at the tape with him.
Sounds good.
All right. My goal is to get Folgers super distracted, while Sunny gets to tinker with these tapes and figure out what was really going on.
Okay.
That is my grand plan, and just so that you're aware.
So you are, you step out of the office, you make your phone call. The dean like yells out to the security guard, Pete, get him and whoever he's working with like guest privileges, and show him the damn tapes. And you can see on his jacket that Pete has the name Best. This is Pete's Best.
Pete's Best. Very nice. I'm gonna go like at the tapes and tell them, hey man, I got one of my people I work with. We're a crew and we got the job, man. So we're gonna find these 5. He's gonna come and take a look at the tapes with us. But you could show me what you got for now. And then I'm gonna start grilling. Like I'm not like grilling him, but I'm just asking. I'm trying to figure out what he's interested in, right? And so my goal is by the time that Sunny D gets here, I can just like fully distract Pete's Best. Enough with something, either by irritating him or by like sharing an interest, so that Sunny can do some wizardry on these tapes.
Okay.
Because I have a feeling that there may be some reason why 5 students hauled out with a bunch of gear.
Yes. Okay. This sounds like a help action that you'll be giving to Sunny.
Okay.
So you two meet up at the security office at the main gate. Sunny, you're begrudgingly let in, and he like walks you over to like the security like cameras, and they have like some really like. I've talked to you all about how I want this season to feel like really grungy, grimy, very like analog and like physical technology. You know, the data pads make sense as like a phone and computer all in one. But a lot of things are just like going to be really simple. So there are just tons and tons of like CRTV displays that are like flickering, and there's like that scanner line that keeps moving on all of these cameras. And so he like on this computer, click, 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 clack. He pulls up various recordings of these students carrying like these massive computers. And like walking out through like manned exits of the academy. These are happening over the course of 2 weeks, all happening at night. The students are leaving like in their pajamas. They seem to have like grabbed these massive computers and are just carrying them. Yeah, he's like, anything else I can help you with?
Wait, so they stole them slowly over 2 weeks?
Yes, like a student would leave with the computer, and then they would just be missing. They left and they were gone. No sign of them. And then another student did this, and then a third, a fourth, and a fifth. Left without a word. Security officer Pete's Best here says he like. They've questioned other students. None of them seemed to indicate that they were leaving for any particular reason. Things were like right as rain and as usual. Students worrying about like their midterms, their relationships. You know, a couple like students worried about like their finances and their careers. And then they just left and disappeared. And this like criminal ring of stealing like the academy's highest end computers is just really pissing them off.
I can see what piss you off. I'm gonna wind back the tapes a little bit and find where they're taking the computers from, like what office. And if I can find out where the computers are being stolen from, I'm gonna go look there.
Oh, these are our like highest end computers. They're taking them from computer labs. One of them was even checked out from the library.
All different computer labs, or the same one?
The same one.
Which lab?
It's the oh God, I know exactly what it is. It's the yesteryear computer science laboratory for higher learning. Yesteryear is the
school
name.
Be wildin'.
Yep.
They've got their fanciest top of the line computers in the labs for students.
Yep.
What the fuck?
We have we have a VI degree and you know, computer science degree. And this was donated by actually, Sunny, you would recognize this name. You of all people, Sunny, you would recognize this name. These are computers. This entire computer lab was donated by Lori yesteryear.
And why would I recognize that name?
Because Lori is the founder and CEO of LoriCon.
Mm-hmm. Now I'm definitely extremely interested.
Yeah.
I'm going to request to the security guard that he take us to the dormitory.
Sure.
One of the students. And I'm looking for, they left in the middle of the night, right?
That's right.
So I'm looking for any other computer devices or phones or anything else that are in any of these dorm rooms. See if I can get access to it and maybe gain some information.
Okay.
Maybe they are all contacted by the same person. Maybe they all have the same phone number in their phone.
Give me a notice check.
Okay.
Probably intelligence or wisdom, or like they'll show you the dormitories. Many of these people have roommates, so you could also like question the roommates, and that would be charisma notice.
I'll go with
Assist him by handing out coffee.
Yes.
I'd be like, hey, how are you? Right? Like, here, have some coffee. Hey, you know, like just gathering as many people around that might know something as possible.
Yeah. So this is going to be like DC 8. So just give me like a talk check DAX for the.
Yeah,
the
absolutely.
help. And then for your investigation, Sunny, again, it can be any of those things. Notice.
It's really bad coffee, guys. It's so bad college students don't
also,
want it.
all of these students are extremely affluent.
Yeah.
So like they go, thanks, and then they just kind of like throw it on the bed or off to the side. They do not look interested at all.
So no modifiers for me. Notice intelligence.
Yes.
Good luck. Hey,
that's an 8. Okay, so a lot of these students, they seem to have abandoned all of their stuff. They just took what they had with them, along with their data pads or comm pads. So I don't know if there's any other equipment like computer equipment that they would have left behind. They basically they all took their phones with them, which
in
also
their pajamas.
In their pajamas.
All right, so there's no computer equipment to hack, but what about like class schedules? Take a look at their class schedules.
They're all students in different degree programs. Some of them. What's that?
Yeah, go ahead.
A lot of the classes like end in the early evenings. The Kalut Academy doesn't have late classes. So all of the students, like the roommates are like, well, they were being social that night. They seemed like everything was normal. They got up in the middle of the night. I thought they were like going to the bathroom or something, or to meet their boyfriend or girlfriend or whatever. They just took their like data pad and left. I don't know. Then they just didn't show up to class. I didn't see them in the morning. You know, sometimes people stay up late studying or go over and stay with someone else in their room. You know, there's a lot of reasons. Let's see. And one of the rooms that you arrive in is Lynn's room. And Lynn has a roommate who is not here. But you would recognize the names, like they probably have their names here. One of the roommates of Lynn Anderson is Maximilian Yesteryear, son of Lori Yesteryear. Maximilian, you realize as you look around the room and see photos of Maximilian was at that, well, Dax would recognize this. Maximilian was at the protest table in the quad.
Oh, nice.
What's going on, Dax?
I don't know, man. I'm gonna go see if he likes coffee. These students are weird. You keep doing your thing, though, man. I like clap him on the shoulders. And I want to go find the protest table. Along the way, I'm gonna text our other 2 party members. Be like, hey, working a job at the school. Guys know anything about Loricon in the sector? There might be some shenanigans. Anyway, got credits in it for you.
I call Dax immediately. As soon as I get, what the fuck is going on?
I'm working a thing at a school. Got a job. They're offering 2,000 credits. Anyway, there's people missing, including Lynn. Apparently they're getting accused of stealing high-tech computers.
Give me the detail, and we can hand wave that. As I will keep you on the phone for like an hour as you're like trying.
No, I gotta go. I see the protest.
No.
So Norm, I don't know if you get a full hour of conversation. Where are you? Are you just like in the market, like talking to people?
Probably not. I'm probably like being a back alley doctor right now with a mobile HQ.
Okay.
He's on the phone while sawing into somebody.
I am actively doing malpractice on patients that do not have protection as patients.
So
I'm committing crimes.
Yeah,
right
fair. Well, some very back alley thugs come walking up to your little ad hoc clinic, and they look to be packing some pistols.
Shit.
And some major muscle, and they do not look pleased to be here. You look like you're about to get shaken down. You're on the phone with Dax. You've got people like waiting in line, and they're just pushing past people that are waiting for treatment for their like electrical burns or sunburns or sand infections, etc. What do you do?
As the great Sun Tzu once said, leave before you get murdered by thugs in a back alley.
Okay. I'm gonna need some sort of check to get out of there.
Roll defy danger.
I am quite sneaky. I am a trained assassin after all.
So much training
maybe
in so many things.
I have all the poor people around me. I'm like, oh shit. And I'm like, hey, hold this on your arm. Don't let it slip or you'll die. And I quickly duck down in the crowd itself to just break line of sight immediately.
Okay.
And my ultimate goal, of course, is to, like a true assassin, kill them. Execute them through the assassination move, or at least get to that point where I can threaten them with my gun to get them to tell me the beans,
Okay. How the fuck do you spell assassination?
I think it's called execution.
Execution.
It's on page 52.
Okay, execution attacks. Occasionally, an assailant will have the chance to perfectly set up a shot against an entirely unsuspecting target. Such surprise attacks can be devastatingly effective and are capable of summarily executing almost anyone. Setting up a killing blow this way requires a full minute of preparation, whether as a sniper drawing a bead on a target. This is you, like, drawing them into the crowd, making them seem like you're unsuspecting.
I also have this.
Finding your gun and just, like, setting things up. Okay.
Gun, scalpel, and
Okay.
I'm a murderer.
Any focused attention on the assailant will spoil this preparation, as will any action that alarms the target. So I think you have an opportunity to use your cover, like the people and the environment to like disrupt their focused attention, but I'm gonna need a roll for that. So to properly set up this and not like.
I think sneak would probably be the best one, unless I don't know what
sneak or perform, since you're kind of like acting out like your doctorly duties. Hell, I'd even take a heal. Like
they're all the same thing.
Okay.
The thing I will argue about is this is completely wisdom. I'm using my environment. I'm using my everything here.
Yeah, agreed.
All right. What's the DC, Nick?
I think it's gonna be DC 10.
That's high, Nick.
Let me look at my.
Very high. 6 is average difficulty, Nick.
Yeah,
8
but
is hard.
they are focused on you.
Are they though?
Let me find my cheat sheet really quickly here.
I think we're trying to determine if they're focused on me.
That's true. Okay, how about 8?
I'll settle for 8.
Okay, that's
I'll
a
take
9.
9.
Okay. So you are properly setting this up. They're like trying to push back past people who are like, my burn, and like getting in their face, helping provide a distraction whether they know it or not. Okay, once the preparation is complete, an assassin may attack an adjacent target. The target's AC is irrelevant, assuming the weapon being used isn't too primitive to penetrate high-tech armor. Hitting with a sniper shot, blah, blah, blah. A melee attack always hits.
Okay, well, I do have my clown knife.
Okay. So. A melee attack always hits, but the assassin must be adjacent to the target and cannot move to close on the same round. But you're letting them, like, draw in. So I think that's fine. If the attack hits, it does maximum damage, and the victim must immediately make a physical saving throw at a penalty equal to the attacker's combat skill, or they will be mortally wounded on the spot. What is your maximum damage?
4 plus 1 plus 1?
Okay.
Do you add dex to damage? No, I think it's just 4 plus 1.
If you roll damage and you can see what they're adding?
Yeah, do you just want to roll it?
Yeah, I'll just roll it real quick. Yeah, it's 1d4 plus 1. Okay. So 5.
Okay. Well, I'm going to roll a d8 for their health.
16 on a d20.
Okay. Well, so I don't think we even need to deal with the saving throw because you kill them.
Okay.
But there are 2 of them, so I think you take out the first one, and then you are now in combat with the other one.
Sounds good.
Attacking a completely helpless adjacent opponent, such as the one who's unconscious, blah, 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 does not require a roll and will leave them mortally wounded, period. Okay. PCs are vulnerable to these rules as NPCs are, and they may be sniped or stabbed if they behave in insufficiently cautious fashion. Oh, I hate that. I just assume you all are cautious. Okay. So,
okay.
Well, we need to roll initiative.
I'll do it.
Okay.
Boom.
That's
8.
It's a D8 plus Dex.
I'm fast.
Yeah. Good roll.
They roll a 4. You get to go. They're like, Dave, no! And he like pulls out, like he's got brass knuckles on that have like little like neon sparks flying across them. And he rushes
okay, so
forward.
how close are we?
I mean,
are we like in melee already?
Yeah, we're in melee.
Well, that's highly unfortunate. I guess I will stab him.
Okay.
You just stabbed a guy. What did you think you were in?
Yeah.
I thought they were like buddy or just like linked arms. I thought they would like spread out a little bit.
I need to determine this guy's armor really quickly.
I didn't want to fire into a crowd of pedestrians anyway, so I'm gonna go ahead and stab him.
I'm sure you did it.
At least
I don't know if a 10 will do it, but I do have shock, so he does take damage. If he has less than or equal to 15 AC. I don't know what they're wearing.
This guy has a form of street armor called secure clothing.
Same.
Oh, so
then he has 13 AC plus Dex.
Yeah. Okay, but he takes shock damage regardless.
Yeah.
And the rules for shock damage state that... What do they say? I don't remember shock damage.
If I miss, I believe I just do a minimum of 2 damage anyway.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Shock damage represents the small cuts and like wear and tear of fighting with a knife or a sword in melee combat.
Okay.
Right. And even on a missed attack, it's still representative of like slashes and cuts and bruises and scrapes.
Yeah.
So if your AC is low enough, then fighting like this, you're just gonna get nicked up, right? And so it represents that minimum damage that's done in a round of knife fighting.
Okay. He's gonna punch at you with his zappy knuckles for an 11.
He will miss.
He also misses. I have not looked up exactly what weapon he has yet. But I assume it's also going to do some shock damage.
It's probably going to do
weapons.
If it is, you said it was a knuckle duster?
Yep, probably.
It'd probably be a small primitive weapon then.
Yeah, probably same as yours.
Yeah.
Okay.
So 1d4 plus strength of the Azani.
Okay.
Norm, how many assailants are there that you've lured into this alley in the market?
Well, all right, that hurt.
Well, but he missed you, so it's also shock damage.
Oh, okay.
But yeah.
Then it's just 2.
Okay, so you two are now slugging it out. Go ahead and
the crowd is beginning to panic and scatter as we get into like a weird.
I think some people are. I think others are like, Norm, Dr. Norm.
All right. I'm ready to just roll this out in quick succession.
Yeah, let's do it in quick succession. I don't think we need to narrate the whole thing.
I
Holy
hit for
shit.
3.
Whoa.
Okay, he's down to 3 HP. He will swing at you with a pretty gnarly hit for 3. He gets you good.
9. Oh, surrender! I shout as I cut him down.
Yeah, you knife him and he just like goes down bleeding, and he's just like grabbing his like neck or wherever you stab him, and he's just like
I put pressure on his throat since I am a trained doctor and just shout, "Who sent you, and I'll save your life."
I think somewhere in there he would have said like you're asking questions about.
You really want to die for whoever sent you?
Jack Bitters says stop trying to find him.
Okay.
Are you applying pressure with like your hand or your foot?
My hand.
Okay.
We just got into like a fist fight and stabbing competition, like.
Yeah, and he passes out, and he is bleeding out. It's up to you whether you or not you want to let him die or live.
I do want to let him live. I have this thing called a Lazarus patch.
Okay.
Don't have to look it up because there isn't. Oh, I can just drag this. Hang on.
I wish you could like announce items.
Yeah. So that's why.
Oh, Jesus.
It's essentially a compress slathered with all sorts of good medical juices.
It's like a nicotine patch, but it has Bacta instead of nicotine.
Yeah, I like to imagine it's like one of those roll out, like stretch it, almost elastic tape things that you just pack onto wounds.
Yeah.
I think I took him down to exactly 0. The other guy's like super dead. I can't do anything for him. But,
yeah.
You know, he just wasn't lucky.
Okay.
I don't know if I need to make the check if I have the minimum skill required, but I think I could.
It's applied to a character that's fallen to 0 hit points. You can make a heal int or dex heal check against difficulty 6.
Okay.
The more time between injury and application, the less chance. So it's a difficulty 6.
All right. It's the same regardless, so I'm just going to click dex.
Sure. Perfect. He is stable.
Heal him or stabilize him, and then I quickly run off.
Okay. Everyone's like cheering, and then as you leave, some people are confused and are like, "But my treatment," and other people are still cheering, and you just get out of this back alley. What?
I let the peasants salute the dead, if that is what they wish.
So you were on the phone with Dax. What was the like? Did you hang up on him? Is he still on the phone? Is he like just still rambling?
I think Dax ended up hanging up. Dax was like, and there's the table. I think Dax is unaware that there was a giant knife fight.
Okay.
I want to just call, it sounds like Sonny, I don't know, I'm calling everyone and being like, hey, I was almost murdered in the street by Jack Bitters. And retreating to wherever we can meet up as a group.
Lettuce.
Oh, shit. So first of all, I want to say that while hanging out in this workshop with like the other tech people, when the noises of a fight started up, like right behind their shop, they didn't seem bothered at all. They're just like, yeah, it's life in the market. So I was right there, but did not have any reason to think anything of it.
Funny enough, though,
having read Dax's inscrutable text, I think I start questioning some of the tech people if they've seen any university computers come through, any stolen university tech, or heard about anything going missing.
No, nothing. Business as usual, says this like really scrawny and wiry-eyed looking technician. But it's funny enough though, shortly before the sound of like the scraps and fighting, one of the people that was helping you out sees a customer come in, and unlike many of the other customers that have come in, he actually like gets up to go talk to them, and like walks into the back room, even further back than you are. You have an opportunity to listen in on their conversation if you like.
Yep.
Especially
I'm gonna need to wash some of the tools I'm working with, and the sink happens to be right by the door.
Ooh, nice cover. I like that.
Yep.
You definitely overhear the name Jack Bitters being mentioned in this conversation. Go ahead and give me like a wisdom notice check to listen in, or maybe a sneak to get closer without being too obvious.
Which one?
Up to you.
I'm gonna notice.
Okay. Think notice will give okay. That's a 5. So
it's like spotting the fucking computer terminal. I just like lose track of that.
Notice is not your jam there, Andy. So they're just being very, very hushed. But you see someone that will basically look exactly like the thugs that Norm is dealing with, but a third individual. But they're wearing essentially the same gear. Later, you'll be able to put it together with Norm that this is someone who works for Jack Bitters. But they like are quiet in hushed tones, conversing. You're not able to overhear too much, but they make an exchange. The dude pays the technician or the business merchant, and the merchant gives him like a container that he leaves with, and this is someone that Norm does not interact with during the fight.
Do I see how much money, like the specific figure?
Ooh. You were really close to the DC of 6. It's in like the tens of thousands.
Okay. So I don't have enough to just walk up and bluff and be like, I'll have the same.
No.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Cutting back over to the academy, or maybe let's take our break here, and then we'll cut back over to the academy. So we will be right back. Alrighty, we're back, and the investigation into the missing students, the missing computers, the missing Jack Bitters, all of it, all the missing things continues. So Sunny and Dax, you arrive in the student quad. I believe you are walking up to the table of student protesters.
Yeah.
Yes. So the table says they have a banner, a very nice printed, not banner, tablecloth. And on the front, it says Collude Academy Student Association. This is a student government table. And their signs say the administration doesn't care about us. Another sign says 5 missing and no looking. And the president of the student association introduces himself to you all right away. Why, hello, friends. I'm Maximilian Yesteryear, your student body president. Or, well, are you students here? Or visitors? Prospective students? Parents?
It turns out we're the team I think you guys have been asking for. I am Dax, and this here is Sunny D. We are going to be looking for these missing students for the school. I convinced your headmaster when we were chatting that hiring us would be in his best interest. So I'm actually here to talk to you, the roommate of one of the missing students, about what you might know.
Wow, 2 weeks and they finally hire someone. Not like they could investigate themselves. Well, I appreciate all you're doing to find our peers. What kinds of questions do you have for me?
So I wanna know, was there anything different about Lynn? I believe was your roommate, right? Leading up to her disappearance, any new friends, new hobbies, anything out of the usual?
No, nothing really. I mean,
yeah.
Lynn is a stellar student. She's in the what would you call it? Biomechanical design degree program. Yeah, she's been doing fine. Nothing really came up. The only thing that I really noticed was that her phone was going off a lot right before she left.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Didn't happen to catch why her phone was going off or who she was talking to?
No. We there were 3 students had already gone missing, and I was up on my side of the dorm, you know, the room, making signs and messaging other students, trying to rally. We were thinking about protesting outside the dean's office, but fucking policies don't allow us to protest inside. We have to protest outside here in the quad during, you know, work hours. Stupid academy policies limiting our speech.
Almost like they designed it to make sure that no voices are heard. It's terrible.
I know, like everyone's in class right now. It's ridiculous. But yeah, I just saw her phone was blowing up quite a bit. She got up. She seemed like it startled her out of her sleep or something, and then she like took off. I thought maybe she had to go to the bathroom or something, but I was really busy.
Yeah. Hey, Sonny.
Yeah.
These comms, man, they gotta have a local server, right? It's only gotta be like one in a city this size. You think you could do some of your computery wizardry and like grab us the you know, text of those phone calls, or the what do you call them, like the records?
Maybe. Good point.
Nice. Hey man, the other 4 that were missing, they didn't know each other at all, did they? Is that what I'm led to believe? No prior contacts?
I mean, there's only 300 students here, so everyone kind of knows everyone, at least a little bit. But yeah, there's no connection really, like no strong connection between any of or all of the 5.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. Wonder what. You see, when people go missing, there's almost always a connection of some kind. It's very rarely random.
Yeah. I don't.
You wouldn't happen to know if they all took the same class this semester?
I don't think so. They're all in very different like degree programs.
No, like electives in the computer lab?
The computer lab?
Yeah. Turns out these things are all missing from the lab, man. Like they're from the same place. Same donated sets of computers. Wondering if maybe they found something.
The yesteryear lab?
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, you know it.
I'm gonna make a phone call. I'll be back.
Hey, listen to that phone call.
I'll do what I can.
Nudge, Sonny.
I'm going to meander close to the student government table and try to like peruse through some of the materials they have on the protest there and see if I can get a closer ear on it. Also, I'm going to pull one of the thermal flares I have out of my pack and just kind of hang on to it for a minute.
Okay. Give me a notice check, please. This will be DC 8, since you're going to have some other student government officers actively trying to talk to you while you're trying to listen.
Intelligence on this one?
Yeah.
Trying to multitask and piece together what I'm hearing while not getting distracted too much.
Yeah. That sounds good.
All right.
Nice. Hey Mom, it's Max. I know you're really busy with all of your, job and the lawsuit with all the soul crystals and all that, but like something's happening on campus and I'm like really worried I'm gonna disappear. A lot of students are going missing and apparently they're like all stealing computers from the lab you donated. It's really weird. Could you call me back? I just like want to know if you know anything that's going on or if the academy's called you about it. The academy doesn't really seem to be doing much other than they hired these like private investigators. I don't know. They don't really seem that competent, but maybe they'll find something. But like, if you know something, I could really use some help. I'm trying to lead the students in pushing the academy and they just keep going on and on and on, telling their parent about trying to like incite action. This student clearly doesn't really know much. I'm
going to wait till he's done.
Yeah.
With the phone call. I'm going to see what pocket he puts his phone in. And then I'm going to say, Dax, see what more you can get out of him. And let Dax take the conversation while I thank the student government people I've been talking to, and then I move close to a nearby trash can. Hopefully as close as I can to Max. And whenever I see that Dax has got him distracted, I'm going to pop my flare inside the trash can and drop it and move around by Max.
Okay. With the goal being like scare everyone and steal the phone?
Whenever the fire is noticed, I'm going to try to pocket the phone, yell, hey, I'm going to go get campus security, and then take off.
Okay. That sounds like a sneak to me.
It does.
Distraction and exit strategy all in one.
Yeah. Take a +1 for the clever use of your flare and reduce your inventory by 1 flare.
Will do. And Dex.
Oh my god.
15.
If triggered,
I get to roll 3d6 on sneak due to this feature. And so therefore I got a +1 from the skill, +1 from the mod, +1 from Dex, and 2 6s out of 3 dice.
Wow, that's insane. Okay. Yeah, you everyone like begins to panic. You grab the phone without any notice whatsoever, and you're like, we're gonna go grab security, and you both like Dax follows your lead. I take it.
All right, sounds good.
Unless you have something else to do. I mean, if you have something to do, go ahead. I'm taking off.
It's good enough time as any to let the scene end, I suppose.
Yeah. Okay. A 15 also will like unlock the phone. Like you swipe it across Max's hand, unlocking. Yeah, like you have full access.
Quickly go into options and disable.
I disable security on the phone as soon as possible, and then I'm gonna tap Dax on the shoulder like, Dax, it was fantastic. Thanks, buddy.
Yeah.
All right,
Awesome.
I'm gonna go see what I can piece together with this.
Okay.
Yeah,
I don't know if it'll solve the
man.
problem we have, but I need this information.
Absolutely. Get it, man. Whatever you need.
Um,
I'm gonna go talk to Lettuce about like hacking or like tapping into the phone line, man.
Okay.
Okay. Can we all reconvene?
Yes, we can merge the party.
Okay, I was gonna ask if I could tail the thug as he left
Yes.
the
Yeah. Absolutely.
tech shop.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I'm gonna just leave something going at my bench and sort of sidle out behind him.
Okay. That sounds like it would be a sneak or a notice. And I'm giving those both an option to you to kind of frame what failure might look like. Failing to sneak means you'll be noticed. Failing to notice means you might not get like a clear answer on where they are or where he's going.
I'll sneak. I think I see what direction he goes out of the shack.
Okay.
Is this a dexterity sneak?
Yeah, dex sneak. Sorry, one sec. Aurora is like woofing in a really weird way. She might have been dreaming. She made some very weird woofs. Okay. Yeah, an 8 is pretty good on your sneak, so you're definitely not noticed. The guy just kind of like takes tons and tons of back alleys, and winds up in like a dead end where there's a couple of doors. He is very, very cautious, and kind of like looks around. You definitely don't see him exactly enter the door, but you have a pretty good idea of which door he went in. So you know where this little hideout is. And it is really, really deep in like kind of the middle of Kalud, in like the shadiest area.
If it's a shady area, does that mean there are impoverished children around?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay. I'm gonna hire a kid to discreetly keep an eye on that alley and let me know who comes and goes.
Okay. Go ahead and subtract 50 cred. You'll note that on that particular like block, kids are staying away from that alley. But this one is like, okay, I can keep a watch from far away.
Well, I pick a kid who's already just like kind of chilling, to stoop, that's sort of in a good position to watch the entrance to that alley.
Yeah, yeah. And this particular alley has only one exit, so.
Are we going to be super strict about this inventory system, or can I like also say that I had like, I think I've got food of some kind, don't I?
Yeah, that's fine.
I don't. I can just give him a packet of Cheez-Its and some money and ask him to keep an eye.
You have the one with the Cool Ranch flavor?
I sure do, my guy. Right here. I got you.
All right. I will definitely keep my eyes open.
Yeah. And when I come back later, what do you want? What kind of drink you want from the store?
I want the orange Gatorade.
Got it. Thanks, buddy. And I muscle his hair.
Stop. Just kidding. It looks cooler that way.
It does.
All right. I think you your demeanor, your look, and your
orphan energy.
Yeah, you're
yeah. Weird.
Thank you, John. All right. So the rest of you reconvene as Sunny is going over the contents of this phone. Sunny, you come across an interesting text. It is not from Lynn's brother, Yazoo, who is Dax's friend, but it's from their one of their parents. Probably, I don't know. I don't even know which parent it would be, but it's one of their parents that's like, hey, Max, I know like your roommate's with Lynn. Could you give me a call? There's some weirdness going on with our bank account. I really need to talk to them. And Max responds, oh, you haven't heard? Several students have gone missing, including Lynn. I haven't heard from them. Have you? And just a big, what? I'm calling the dean right now. And that's the end of the thread.
Sure, that
you all. Thank you. Sorry about that. Norm is literally just like flicking a needle and is injecting himself with stimulants. He's completely bruised on his face, having been in a fucking fist fight with a guy wielding brass knuckles who got a clean hit on him. This is called Lift. It lets me heal for 1d8. I can post a massive text if you want.
Please.
Lift is crazy.
Yeah.
Especially if you use more than one.
It's true.
You have to spend like a resource.
I have to add a system strain.
Oh, okay. We'll have to look up what system strain does.
It's not too big of a thing. Essentially, you have a meter or thing within your character sheet that's equal to your constitution. And it has more to do with psychic abilities and cybernetics, but taking drugs also does a thing to it. So I can only take one of this. It looks like I healed for 6.
Nice.
Okay. After 5 minutes of blah blah blah. So it's not like a thing you use in combat, right?
Yeah. Okay. It is getting into the late afternoon of today. Like very late, like actually heading into evening probably. So you all have reconvened except for Lettuce. Actually, Lettuce, if you want to catch up with them at some point soon, that's fine too. But
no, I figured I reconvene with them with the assumption to run back to, get more food and the info from my right. street informant.
Yeah. So, what's the plan? Or what needs to be discussed?
All right. So, Jack Bitters put a hit on me. I did try to ask about him to the local people here. That or random thug showed up under his name that wanted me to stop doing my thing. So he's a threat. What's the deal with you guys? Have you? I didn't get much from Dax before I was assaulted.
Good job, man. We're looking into some missing kids, maybe some stolen computer check. We got a phone, and I got an idea. And like we're gonna find them, figure out what's going on. I think it might be like related to computers because they got stolen.
Yeah.
And I asked in the tech shop, and people seem pretty unaware of any computers going missing. But I did see one of Bitters' thugs buying something in the back of the shop.
Oh.
Yo, was it a computer?
And, I didn't see what he bought, but I got an informant watching his hideout, so I can take you guys there.
Oh, nice. Hey, I had a question for you. Actually, you're Mr. Fix-It.
Oh yeah.
There's like only like 1, maybe 2 towers in the whole city, probably for like communications. Do you think you could rig something up that could like read the server and like get a log of all the text and stuff? Like, I want to figure out what was on our missing girl's phone, man, before she left.
I can see what I can do. And I'm looking up the hacking stuff again.
Okay, yes.
Wait, you know where Jack lives?
I know where his thug went, and I know that the street kids in that area steer clear. So you know, I think that's a pretty good lead. Because if he wields enough power to just randomly try and fuck up, you know, street doctors out here, like on a moment's notice, then assume that's a scary group. So it might be them.
And if someone's trying to sell computers that are easily trackable, they did some sort of black market con. Guys, I'm not saying Jack Bitters did your crime, but I'm saying we should go rob and or kill Jack Bitters.
I think we do.
I'm gonna like knock on his door. I could like give him like the pitch, man, the spiel. Let him know my services are for sale. See if he lets me in. I could do a little recon, man.
Jax, did you lift a security uniform from the school?
No, man. I didn't think I needed one. I could just put on my armor. I'd look real sick.
If only we had a flashback system.
Fuck you, Nick.
Flashback.
Anyway.
I think we deal with this problem first, Norm. I think you have the right idea. Maybe we end up finding more information on the problem with the kids, and if not, we can circle back around to it.
That's true. I also have an explosive that's burning a hole in my pocket.
Am I trying to hack anything, or are we just gonna go beat down the door of this hideout?
We could do a little party split if you wanted, right? Get the assassin who really wants to blow something up and the like muscle. We'll go and knock on a door and see what's going on, and we'll let you two figure out leads on the cell phone and the tower. See if you can figure out what was on these girls' phones.
All right, but you gotta bring this Gatorade and this street curry to the Chip, whatever her name is.
All right, man. Yeah, absolutely.
Tell him Cool Ranch says his regards, and he'll give you any info you need on who's been in and out of that alley.
Oh man, that sounds awesome. Man, you're like a whole little finger, man. That's man.
Dick is now Cool Ranch lettuce.
Oh God. Do we need to go to the ship, Dax? Get our shit?
Sure, yeah. I'll get my armor on. We'll look real sick. I can look official like a guard, man.
Hell yeah, let's do it.
I guess I'll Sonny and I'll go climb a tower and hack into the local network.
Okay. You can make a hack by tapping a line or plugging into a terminal connection, which you can definitely do. It is a int/program check with a versus a DC, which takes either 10 minutes to perform on the fly, or a main action if the hacker has spent an hour preparing the hack. You all have time. I'm not too worried about this. If it's rushed, an off-the-cuff hack can be attempted as a main action, blah, blah, blah. You all can do the take 10 minutes. That's fine.
Sounds good.
Okay, so...
Brian, what's your program score?
+1, and I roll 3d6 instead of 2d6 on it.
Okay, yeah, you should definitely do that. I will assist.
Okay.
I think you can help me break into the facility, probably.
Wait, where are we going? I thought there was like a comm tower in the town, and we're just like climbing up there or whatever.
This is, this is like your Mos Eisley. So yeah, there's a tower you can climb, and no one's gonna bat a fucking eye.
Right on.
How were you? You were about to say you're gonna assist me in some way. I cut you off. I apologize. What were you gonna say?
I was just, I'll assist by helping to, I'm in my mechanic jumper, so while holding a clipboard and like a high visibility something, like I look very official. So I just make us look legitimate and
cover. Nice.
Yeah,
I like that.
All right.
I was imagining you would build like some kind of,
you know.
What are you saying, Greg?
I was imagining that you would have the, like, since you're the mechanic type, you might build some kind of port or access into the tower without needing the, like, official channels. And then that would give him a chance to hack in. But I like the jumpsuit thing. I think that's fun.
Yeah, and especially like
just look right.
I think more people are batting an eye than they would have if you hadn't, but it still looks official. Because here in this desert planet in the low income area, people are like, who's repairing? We have to repair that. No one's going to come out here and repair that for us. We do those repairs. Okay, weird.
Actually, have you spent any time in parts of the world where people just sort of like splice their home power sort of really shittily into public lines, and there's just like cables like everywhere? Okay.
Yes.
I have to imagine that the home internet access is like that in this town.
Yes.
So I actually think when people see someone in a high visibility vest going up there, they like all look away because they think this person's gonna like disconnect their sort of like pirate lines.
Everyone's like eyeing you, ready to go back up and have to like redo all of their own work after you all are done.
And then when they see me go like past, their like pirate lines and everything, they're just like, oh, okay, whatever.
Yeah, you're just creating yet another one. Okay, I need to know which of the hacking actions you were performing, Brian. They are answer a specific question, get general information, complete database acquisition, suppress a system, subvert a system, sabotage a system.
First hack is definitely going to be get general information, because we're looking to download the text, and because I assume at this point we've at least learned the names of the students that are missing.
Yes.
And I could probably find those contacts in Max's phone, since there's only 300 people in the school and they all seem to know each other.
Yes.
I know which numbers I'm looking for.
Okay.
To try to download that information. So.
All right. Get general information is a DC 10 action. Are you all rushing?
No, I think we're taking our time.
We have our time.
Okay. The mechanical and fictional benefit would be you could rejoin the group as they go knock on a door. So you all could be a part of that.
Well, aren't
we gonna have to wait until nighttime regardless?
Okay.
They're going back
we have to go to the ship, get our shit, do our rundown and check down, come back down, and then run around at night in full body armor.
Yeah.
I actually did think of something I want to craft as well.
Okay.
Make kind of like we did for in a previous mission, a remote sabotage device of some kind that we could program and set up so that when we break into their place, we can hit it and remotely disable communications around this little part of the town.
Okay. Do you have the supplies you need to make that?
I might go scrounge while Brian's hacking after I got him through the cables and everything.
Okay. All right. So this is DC 10, but this is also, I think, since it's a major infrastructure, it's the Department of Communications runs this. It's gonna have some pretty sophisticated firewalls and stuff. So I'm gonna give it +2 to the mod. So this is a DC 12.
Okay. I want to try to use one of my line shunts then to essentially block the system so that they can't hack me back. Or I'm not sure exactly how that works. I kind of want to take a look at that now, if you don't mind.
Okay, line shunts. Long-running hacks, as well as ones made against well-guarded and high-security computer systems, may require a line shunt, which you can get from TL4 black markets. So standard black markets. To be placed at specific locations to spoof normal network state. The correct tapping locations can be determined from a network map or by a successful answer a specific question hack. Long-running hacks can run as long as the shunts remain in place. Corporate system take 1 shunt, government systems take 2 shunts. and black sites or TL5 systems take 3 shunts. So this is a government system, so it would take 2 shunts.
Man, this is sophisticated.
Yeah.
The way I think line shunts are meant to work as a way for if you're trying to hack something, so you don't have to split the party up. Like the party goes and puts a line shunt in this location because it blocks off communications, and this location blocks off the external server, and that way the party has activities to do instead of just go make a hack. So how do you want me to play this? I would love to use this to try to make my hack easier, but if it's just going to be DC 12 and I just need to roll it, and tell me, I don't roll it.
Hang on, I'm going to read the full, like, 4 paragraphs here in the rule book. That was just from the cheat sheet.
Mm-hmm.
So, they require more than a simple hack to obtain data. They have multiple security redundancies. Overcome these systems or to execute exceptionally long-lived hacks, you need to place shunts.
So if this isn't a long-lived hack, then it essentially is going to just be a regular roll. Then is that essentially what that means?
I think the shunts just allow you to ignore all their security stuff. Let me just finish reading really quickly. Once a sufficient number of line shunts are applied, any ensuing hacks last until shunts are disturbed. Thus, if a hacker placed the shunts and then subverted a system, their control would last as long as the shunts remained in place. The likelihood of a shunt being discovered will depend on how accessible the location is. They also must usually be placed at specific locations in a structure. You don't have a map of the site's network. Well, you know exactly where you need to put them because there are dozens and dozens of other shunts placed on here by other people. This basic data probe doesn't require a line shunt. So, okay, so you can answer a specific question without a shunt. It doesn't say, though, that it ignores the, the modifiers. But if you're spending this...
It's confusing.
Yeah, it is a little confusing. So are those really expensive?
They're 100 credits a piece.
Oh, that's not too bad. Yeah, I'll say that overcomes the modification of their the +2, so it'll just be DC 10.
So I'll spend 2 of those DC 10. Sounds good.
Yeah. I'll say that those might be a little hard to come by.
Okay.
And that might be
I asked if I could buy them at character creation. I have 4, so this will cost me 2. I'll have 2 left on the ship.
That's fine that you have them, but I'm just saying moving forward, since they're super powerful for improving your hacking by removing these mods and stuff, and letting you do things long term, and just keep hacks going. I want there to be some sort of restriction, and I think they just might be difficult to come by.
Got it.
So you have to be kind of intentional about when you choose to use them, rather than I've got 100 arrows, aka line shunts. I'll just keep firing them off to ignore all of Nick's things.
All right, there is a 7 on the roll. Oh, that's a horrible roll.
Yeah,
I'm not going to accept that, Nick. I'm going to use my expert ability to roll that again.
Okay, sounds good.
Nice.
Roll again. Oh,
9.
Oh,
close.
So I think
you count my assist in your roll.
I didn't think we declared an assist.
You said you were assisting, but you weren't really assisting with the hack itself.
Right.
I made the space relaxed and low pressure so that he's not sweating and shaking his hands or anything.
Okay, fine.
He threw some potpourri and gave him a beer. And...
Andy, your roll will be the same difficulty, DC 10.
Okay.
But it sounds like you are more of creating an atmosphere. So that might be
the talk. Or just a regular charisma check?
Survive. That's what it is.
Let me look at this art handout.
Or what about no?
No,
Maybe it's a no charisma check.
Work.
Yeah, I was thinking
Great.
work.
Okay.
Or
Work makes sense, right? He's performing work. He's performing the like job of a technician.
Working.
Yeah. Yeah, I would take work, or yeah, I think just work here.
All right. What's the difficulty?
It's DC 10. That's a 10.
Oh,
all right. So
that.
Brian gets +1, which makes his 9 a 10. So general information. So you gain access to pull all available info on a particular topic, such as a complete map of location, all security system data, complete personal records, all files for a secret project. Let me see what it says here. So what is the general topic that you're looking for?
We were looking for text and information between all the, or essentially like phone logs from all of the people who have gone missing. Especially Lynn, because we know that her phone was going crazy.
Yeah.
At some point, and then we're going to try to download that information so that we can go over it while the rest of the boys are prepping for the assault.
Okay, so when you like run a comparison looking for similarities between these 5 different phone numbers, there is a similarity, and that is that in the evenings, right before like almost lining up with the timestamps, like half an hour, 20 minutes before every single one of these students walks through the camera, leaving the university, the academy. About 20 minutes before each person's like departure, they all receive a text from a particular number, and the text for each of them has instructions, and it basically says, go to this place, which is the same address that Lettuce provided you all to go knock on a door. It's that address, and it asks them to wire a large sum of money.
Okay.
So it literally says, take this computer from your thing over here, or does it mention the computers?
Let me back up. It has 2 sets of instructions. I completely neglected one of them. It first tells them, go to it does say go to that location with a large sum of money. Yes, it says go to this address deep in the back alleys. Be prepared to wire this amount of money, and it's large sums in the like tens of thousands of credits. And then receive package and deliver, and it gives another address on the far side of the city, opposite of the academy.
So they're wiring this guy money and stealing something from him?
They're receiving an instructions to go facilitate an exchange, a purchase, and then deliver what they're purchasing.
Wait.
Yeah, that's where I'm a little confused. So,
no, what if they're not? What if the footage was fucked with, and instead of them leaving with computers, they were bringing stuff in? No, because they're still missing. Never mind. That's way too galaxy brain.
So, one more time I'm going to ask this question because it's confusing me a little bit.
Sure.
When the wired money is going to the student, or the student is wiring money to somebody else?
So the students are receiving a text. The students go steal a computer. The students then leave. They go to the place Lettuce found. They set down their computers. They wire someone a bunch of money, presumably to Jack Bitters. Jack Bitters gives the student something. The student is then taking what they bought and the computer and going and delivering to a third party.
Okay. That is the descriptions I needed. Thank you.
Yes.
Does it have the address as well?
Yes.
Is it the same address as the one that led us?
One of them
God
is.
damn.
That's
Two
the-
locations. The first one is the same. The second one is new.
The students first go see Jack Bitters, and then they go see someone else.
Well, let's go there.
Okay.
Right?
Are we hitting up Jack Bitters first, or are we going straight to the end?
We should go straight to the end because we can always come back for Jack Bitters.
Okay. How long do you expect that this hacking took, and how long are you waiting, or how long were you planning on waiting to knock on Jack Bitters' door? Like, was this just like an hour, a couple hours?
Until night.
I don't think we were waiting, right? I think we had proposed a kind of like split of the party. So I think while the hacking is going down, like Dax and Norm.
It depends on.
I think the difference.
Right.
I think the difference, Nick, is that Sonny and I did not get any additional gear or anything from the ship. We are just chilling in the city, whereas
okay.
Dax and Norm were able to go back to the ship, gear up, get anything that they wanted, and then come back and meet us back in the alleys.
Norm does not want to do a day assault, so he wants
in
to
the
wait
in the evening as night falls. We reconvene in the alleys.
Okay.
And I've since that time bought a orange Gatorade and a curry and brought it over to Chip.
Sure.
Since you guys didn't go that way.
Okay.
All right.
Does Chip give me any other information?
Does what give you more information?
Does my street informant, when I bring him food and Gatorade, does he have any extra info?
He says, no one's left, and there's a couple of scary guys that usually come back by now. They haven't come back.
Hear about anything that's happened to scary guys today?
They left to go beat someone up.
They tried. Get the fuck out of here, kid.
Yeah. All right. Go. Make sure you eat your vegetables and run along.
What are vegetables?
Go.
Hey, I wanted the burnt orange Gatorade. You got me the wrong one.
The burnt orange. This is the orange, motherfucker.
I want burnt orange.
Right.
I the teeth and body armor.
I give the kid 10 credits and say, go buy your own.
He takes the 10 credits and then he grabs the orange Gatorade and runs away.
Sounds about right. I give him props for his game.
He's a hustler. You got hustled.
You gotta hustle.
I got him out of there. Worth 10 credits.
Okay, team, focus up.
Ready.
Do we care about robbing a crime lord here, which seems to be Jack Bitters, or do we want to go save some children?
Young adults.
They're kids. They're economists. They are dumb as kids.
I mean, if you're giving me the option, that's why I'm here, man.
All right, let's do that then.
I mean, this crime guy isn't. If people are scared of going to his hideout, he's not taking good care of.
We're done talking about it. Dax is making the call. He gave us his job. We're gonna finish the job.
Is my grappling hook done, Nick?
No, it's gonna take like a couple days to do.
All right.
All right.
I disengage the speeder bikes from each other. And we go.
Yeah.
All right, you all whiz across town. As you do, there are a lot of people returning from the desert as the sun is setting. A lot of people with like their, excavators and sand skiffs, coming back with like just large amounts of what look like rocks and minerals, glass. A couple people have like dead worms on the back that they're like bringing to other people who are beginning to like slice and dice and prepare them for the next day's, feasts and sales of worm kebabs. But you all whiz past all that and you head, using like some of the GPS and map that Sunny probably would have provided from the hack. You arrive at a kind of a building on the outskirts of town. There's not a lot surrounding it. In fact, it's a pretty wide open area. Each of the next buildings are probably like 20, 30 feet away. So you've got a medium-sized building, 1 story tall, stone, weathered, like dirt and sand, kind of pathways. That's like basically all the streets are stone and dirt and sand. And that is all surrounding this building. That really is not much. It's like a small house, like a Rambler sized building. And there appear to be, as you all kind of like search around it, there are no entrances to this building.
No entrance.
Well, there's about to be windows.
Pull out the
Yeah. There's a large number of kind of like dimmish floodlights that illuminate the city in the evening. So it's not terribly dark. Like you still have tons of visibility. But since you're on the outskirts, they're like one of the sides of the building is a bit darker than the other, just to set some ambiance.
I'm gonna look for 2 different things as Norm is preparing to blow a hole in the damn wall. I'm looking.
Wait, I thought I watched their thug go through a door.
It's a different building entirely.
You all skip to the end, to the other delivery spot that you did not skip.
Oh, I misunderstood that. Okay.
We're saving the kids, Lettuce. We're saving the kids. I mean, young adults, mature kids. I'm looking for 2 things, Nick.
Yes.
One, is there a building that is higher where I can get a look down upon it and maybe see into the roof? Or 2, do I see any sewer grates here? I know this is a desert planet. I don't know if there's going to be a sewer or not. I'm looking for any other points of access.
You would have heard that it is the last time it rained on this planet was long before humans arrived here. That's what they say about the planet anyway. Yeah, you and Dax probably also, as a sniper would have been keeping an eye out. There are definitely other buildings around here with higher vantages. However, they're like tenement buildings and businesses that are locked at this point.
I want to do a run over or just a quick perimeter check with my low light goggles.
Sure.
Well, it's essentially just a stealth flashlight. They're exactly. I mean, I can post it if you want.
Sure, that would be useful.
You pointed out the dark side. I'm keenly interested in why this side does not have lamps.
It was just ambiance and to point out that like y'all are on an outskirt. Okay. But also the other place, since it was in so many dark alleys, there probably wasn't a lot of floodlights reaching there either. I'm just trying to give like a dim feel to the space, but you take a look around the building. You don't see like any particular features of the building that are any different from the other sides. You don't see anyone.
No
loitering.
Windows, no doors, just
nothing.
Pure concrete.
Yes.
Fucking Borg cube, guys.
What are your thoughts, Storm? You gonna blow a hole in the wall?
Oh, well, we gotta come here and gotten in somehow. Maybe what we gotta do is figure out how from the old bitter man.
We turning around and going back, boys?
I mean, or dynamite it, I guess. I figured it might be better.
I mean, if we dynamite the wrong wall, we dynamite a whole bunch of kids who are sitting in here.
Hang on a second. The text instructions said this address, right?
Yes.
Okay. So on the street that the street address would be, i.e., where these kids would just plug it into their Google Maps and just follow it. Is there literally nothing that stands out about the facade of this side of the building?
There is nothing.
It is a flat gray nothing. All All right, looking right at the center, just like the geometric center of that facade, I just walk up and knock on it.
You knock. Hand against hard stone / concrete.
Okay, so I have another wonder. What if this was just like a meeting spot on the outskirts of town? And like when the people showed up here, like somebody came by like, yo, that's my stuff. Yoink.
This is a building, right? Or is it literally just a block of stone? Did I miss something?
No.
Is it a building-sized block of stone?
It is built like it has architecture to it. It's the walls are pretty plain, but there is like design here. Very simple design, but it's here. Lettuce, as you knock and are like just kind of standing there perplexed. I need you to make me a mental saving throw, please.
Yep.
Okay.
Cool.
Dax, as you are like mentioning your idea about this being a meeting spot, you notice that Lettuce is just kind of like standing there staring at the wall. And like normally, you know, he's an apathetic young dude, you know, a bit like you, but far more apathetic. But at least usually he pays attention and is responsive. Yeah. But he's just staring at a wall, and you give it a minute, and he just is standing there.
He's still staring?
He seems to be
his brain's been hacked.
Transfixed.
The activist got us, guys. He's been V-pilled. We gotta grab him.
Quickly, get him.
If only we had a grappling hook to grab him and drag him to us.
Don't worry. My eye shield will protect me, man. I'm gonna walk up and like bodily drag him away towards us. Like, hey, are you okay, man?
You reach out to touch him. I need a mental saving throw.
Absolutely. Will do. That's a success.
Ooh.
Norman, Sunny, make me mental saving throws.
Okay.
I will pass it.
Okay.
So, do we notice anyone doing weird shit to our mind states?
You do notice weird shit happening in your minds. You all are feeling like a weird tingling that you all recognize. The last time you felt this way was while your dreams were being invaded by the agony. You can feel them reaching out, touching your minds, trying to ascertain your thoughts. You can hear near silent screams. Very, very quiet, but still somehow very intense. A force of pressure in your minds. Lettuce, you're in the middle of a nightmare. Oh man, I asked you a question about like one of your worst experiences last time.
Oh, don't beat me in the spaceship corridor.
No, it wouldn't be violent necessarily.
All right.
Just
well,
maybe like fear of his
we gotta
being
keep moving, man.
Fear of his being separated from his brothers or something. You know.
Yeah. You are dreaming of being in the space that you are physically standing in on the streets of Khulud. But you turn around and there is no one there. You know, in your dream state that, you know, seems to move a lot faster than reality, you begin looking around and it feels like the city is empty. And you begin to feel fear of being permanently alone and begin to panic. And you are stuck in a nightmare. The rest of you begin to hear whispers. Leave us alone.
This is Mose. Bro, I need a favor.
What?
You Yeah, so the girl, Lynn, what happened to her? What's up? She came by here. We're just looking for her.
Stay out of our business.
Yeah, no can do, buddy. Not until we figure out what's up with Lynn.
The pressure in your mind begins to intensify, Dax, as you interrogate the voice. It's kind of really uncomfortable.
Yeah, I think that Dax is somewhat anticipating that, right? He's been undergoing like intensive therapy for a while. He kind of fell off the wagon of that, doing some hardcore drugs the other day. But like, he's been preparing. He's been undergoing a long-term project to like become a little bit more adept at handling that. So I think he begins as the pressure builds. He like steals his mind with like the like therapy exercises for like that kind of lucid dreaming state that he was working with the neuropathic psychologist for.
Yeah.
Or psychiatrist.
Yeah. And while Sunny and Norm seem to be like really uncomfortable, just kind of like, ooh, like shaking it off, but like it's taken a lot of their focus. You, on the other hand, like are handling it. And Mose seems to notice this, and they begin to back off. And they genuinely inquire, and you can still hear like other voices screaming in your mind with a soft whisper, but still Mose's voice.
Oh, like we gotta make sure that they're safe. Like they're family to a good friend.
Ooh.
Yeah, of course, man. Family's the best, the most important thing.
Family is the most important thing. Okay. I think the structure begins to move and shake and tremor. One of the walls, the wall that Lettuce is standing in front of, some of the stone begins to just like pull back and almost dissolve and disappear as like what appears to be just a normal door, like the door that has always been there for this structure. Just reappears. And all of you, that pressure, Lettuce, your nightmare, you are all let go of it. And you're standing there before this door. As the agony apparently are inviting you in.
Hey guys, I got an invitation. I gotta open the door.
The door opens.
What was up, Lettuce?
Incapacitated.
Lettuce, I need you to take 4 points of damage. Well, let me roll a d6.
Oh.
Oops. Take 3 damage.
Okay. I was gonna say, I assume, dreaming time dilation. As soon as I come out of the dream, immediately, like, the comment about wishing you had a grappling gun hits my brain, and I'm like, I'm working on it.
Okay.
I do a quick medical check on our good friend. See that he's slightly bleeding from the nose. Can't help but, well, I'm not going to give you the drugs yet.
Thank you. That's okay. I check my gun and my knife and shake my head.
Okay.
We followed Axe, our hero.
You open the door, and there is just a set of stairs descending into darkness that seem to go down quite a ways. A dim light ahead as you approach, like a tube with like a metal catwalk. It looks like this just like perfectly circular tube was cut out as a pathway moving forward once you reach the bottom of the stairs. And there's like a metal grate catwalk, like leveling it off for you to walk on. And underneath it is just very dim, like LED light. A couple of them like flickering along the way as you go. But like you may like need to pull out flashlights to feel comfortable in this space. But you continue to walk forward. And as you do, you hear actual screaming coming from up ahead, and it's not like a scared, panicked scream. It is the sound of the agony, almost ethereal, almost unrealistic screaming that nearly echoes in your mind, much less these smooth round walls all around you. And as you proceed, if you proceed, they begin to slowly wind down, as it seems whatever powers they were using to entering your mind has taken a significant effect on them, but it is beginning to wane.
That's impressive. Dax takes notice of this. Wonders if the drugs have a numbing effect on psychic powers, much the way they numb the senses.
Interesting.
We move forward until we find them, the people that we are seeking.
So what is it? Does anyone have any like particularly strong feelings about walking into a den full of space magic infused freaks who have been kidnapping college students?
We all do
concerned.
what we gotta do.
I thought of...
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
No, go for it.
Does my spare parts include tinfoil?
Sure, if you want it.
All right. I'm using one spare parts and wrapping my head in tinfoil.
Fantastic. Okay. So, as you near the end of the tunnel, you can see a much more well-lit area, what appears to be yet another workshop. You see off to, what you can immediately see in the back are a stack of 5, super powerful computers that all appear to be networked together. You can see various members of the Agony as well, focused entirely on the entrance, standing in tattered robes and clothing with many very strange features. Some of them have, one of them has black skin, another one has antenna and yellow eyes, another scales and claws for hands. Many of them are just mutated in various ways. And they all stand very focused on you all. Though one of them, who Dax would recognize as Mose, is actively working at several screens and a workstation that is rigged up to all of these computers. Also sitting next to them on the desk is what you would recognize as the headset from the Black Lotus project. And sitting in the middle of the helmet, right where the forehead would be, is one of these lightning struck minerals, also known as, what did I call them? I looked this up.
Fulgurites.
Fulgurites. And there is a large case that looks very, very similar to the one that Lettuce saw exchanged in the workshop, sitting there with a bunch of computer parts and various hardware also on the desk. Mose finishes clicking and clacking at the keyboard, turns around, stands up, and greets you all. This is a pretty small space, probably the size of a small classroom that could fit 20 people. It's not a very large room, but there's a lot of tech and equipment here. There is also a case laying on the ground next to the computer that has 2 or 3 Fulgurites. In addition,
I think that Dax kind of blows through a greeting, putting it together what they're doing here. I think the first thing he says to them is "You're remaking it? Why?
You know of this device.
Yeah, you trashed it not long ago. We followed up on the facility, found the information on it.
An interested party wants to help you. We are working for them at the moment.
More importantly, why remake it? You know better than anyone what experimenting on people does.
We will do whatever we have to get back at Aphrodite. For what they put us through, for what they've done to us. Even if we wanted it so bad, we felt like we had no choice. They should have known. They should have stopped us.
I mean, I'm all about hurting Aphrodite. That sounds great, but like, is this the way, man? Like, are you gonna use this on those girls?
Use this on the girls are the children are mules. Who?
Okay. Why are they still missing, man?
We are a few weeks away from completing our work, and we need someone to bring us supplies, bring us the stones, bring us the computer equipment. They are simply facilitating our purchases and bartering and trading on our behalf. Or at times,
maybe they could tell us that themselves.
We have incapacitated them and are keeping them safe for the remainder of our time on this planet.
Maybe we could see that for ourselves.
Mose nods at a couple of the other agony, and they like gesture towards another room in the back. And they're on 5 cots, and there are several other cots sitting there empty, are the 5 students, including Lynn.
Seems to be a problem with your plan. These students are high profile. Their parents, they're rich.
Exactly.
Need the money.
Well, hopefully you've obtained what you need, because people are asking questions. They hired us and we found you in an afternoon. Luckily they hired us and not somebody else. Somebody else will find you. If you're weeks ago, you got to take these kids and get them away from here.
No, we can help them, Sonny. If we show up and say we found them with Jack Bitters, well, we can attack him and then explain it away.
Jack Bitters is our supplier.
Oh, well, how much do you need him, and can we replace him with someone else who has way more money than him?
He is the most famous Fulgurite excavator on the planet. What he brings
I'm
in
sure
in a
he
week,
has a rival, does he not?
He has many, but all of them bring in a week what he brings in a day.
You misunderstand. I assume we found these children with a rival, Jack Bitters, who coerced them into stealing money from their parents and kept them locked away, suspended in this chamber.
Yes, well, these children will remember being slightly mind-controlled to wake and rise and perform what we asked of them. I don't believe Jack Bitters is capable of. I'm curious to hear what you have to say.
Jack's rival had a strange psychic under his employ, brought in from Noida system.
Are psychics a known thing? Like, how widely spread are psychic abilities?
So the term psychic ability in Stars Without Number is what I'm using for way powered users.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that is common enough that it can be explained?
It is not common, but it is known. Like,
okay,
way powered people exist.
It would be like, you know, they brought in a foreign agent of incredible power.
Yeah. A lot of people think of them as boogeymen because they've never seen one for themselves, but supposedly there's the agony that were created or created themselves, according to the news, using, you know, stolen tech from Aphrodite, which may or may not be true given, you know, their history. There are people that just naturally develop small powers in the Neota system. And then there's rumors that on the planet of Mem, there is like an institute that recruits Way users, but it's underwater, and no one has ever seen or like heard from that institute. But yeah, there's, you know, there's a couple here and there that you might hear about on the news.
What if we just like really drug them with narcotics, and then when they try to explain psychic abilities, it can be hand waved by saying that they were super drugged up?
The Academy already thinks that they're criminals.
Wow. What's our goal with them then? I should ask. We want to... Do we only want Lynn and to give her to her brother?
I mean...
We wanted to bring them all out. We shouldn't accept leaving people behind.
I agree.
Well, what are we tasked with doing? I look at Dax, who had this job and apparently a 2,000 credit bounty for these kids.
Apparently.
Yeah. Look, we gotta... The school wants them returned and found, and their equipment returned.
Okay, well, that's
I think the equipment's gone. Right.
Yeah.
But we could get them back, and ideally get them not punished as criminals if they were blackmailed by a thug, by some bad people, like, oh, I don't know, somebody who Mr. Bitters is feuding with at the moment.
I stare into Dax's shade, seeing my own clownish reflection. Dax, do we really care about what this fucking dean wants at all? When we came here for them, I gestured to the
agony.
I mean,
it would help them out if they weren't charged as criminals, but like...
I don't care about these kids. These are the upper echelon who are...
These kids represent powerful families. They can bring an absolute shitstorm down on the agony operation here if they find out this is where the kids are being held. So why don't we agree? What if we agree to tell
return them? So let's run this through. Let's think about our plan before we act on our emotions, right? So we take them. First of all, we ruin our relationship with the agony, which is what we don't want to do. Number one, we want them to be our friends. I'm saying this in front of the agony. I don't know if that was clear enough, Nick. So then we're going to release these kids back into the public. They're going to be interrogated. They're going to be confiscated and probably put under arrest until their stories are figured out. And then these kids are going to immediately tell a highly... I don't know how important this academy is on a grand scale of things, but if they tell Aphrodite, hey, we were under psychic duress, and Aphrodite's looking for a renegade psychic squad of mercenaries, they're going to bring them right back here.
Or
it's the same thing.
We take them from here, knock down the door of a rival fulgurite dealer, blast up the place, wake them up there, convince them of our story, and then take them personally to the dean and tell that story with them as witnesses. And then, you know, also maybe make some money off the, you know, bad dudes.
I mean, maybe, but now we have...
Hey, man, you're the one telling me you wanted to blow something up.
I did, but now we have what we want, right? We can just let this play out. We're not going to kill them, obviously. I look to the agony. Are you planning to kill them?
We have no need for their lives. That...
Can you be a little less insidious when you say that?
Sorry.
Okay. So... Nick, I think your mic just switched to your headset. I don't know if... Okay. I'm just saying, we got Lynn. Lynn was what you wanted, right, Dax? Thumbs up?
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't know why we care about the Dean. Do we care about the Dean? Thumbs up or thumbs down?
Let me put it this way. We found her, right? She's safe, which is good. But when she wakes up, she's going to be prosecuted as a criminal, right?
Until,
that's bad.
3 weeks pass and everything is out in the open, right?
Well, I don't think it's going to be out in the open.
Why wouldn't it be? These kids are going to get released. They're going to tell their story, but by then, all of the damage the Agony is doing to Aphrodite will be done.
Yeah,
all we have to do is play the waiting game.
Yeah, but there's still going to be the people that stole the computers, man. Trying to give them an alibi or an out.
Okay. I mean, they did steal the computers, Stax.
Yeah, but if they did so for, like, some bad guys.
All right. It seems like we're in some circular logic, and maybe we're all feeling a little tired and need some time to process it all. Would you all feel comfortable waiting on till next time to figure out how to move forward?
Yeah.
Fine. Yeah.
Excellent.
2 weeks off is on a moral dilemma.
Yes, that's right. So next week, since it's Thanksgiving, I think a lot of people may or may not be traveling. I know Andy is not going to be in the United States, so he will not be available.
Nice.
Which means for I don't even know if I'm available, so I'll need to chat with the rest of you to see if we want to do something like one-shotty, or just like play Gloomhaven or something. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
I'm out as well.
Okay.
So.
Well, then, John,
all right.
Greg, I don't know. We might do something. Who knows?
Sounds good.
All right.
Let me know.
Cool. All right. Well, great work today. I thought that splitting the party actually helped what I thought was going to be a much longer mission, like, pace really fucking fast. So, well done, y'all. Great split. All right, we'll be back in 2 weeks to follow up on this mission and keep moving forward with Birds of the Shore. Any shout outs before we go?
No. Good.
All right, hearing and seeing none. That'll be it from us. Thank you so much for watching. Come hit us up on the Discord. Let us know what you thought of the episode. And don't forget to tell everyone you've ever met about us. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.